Back to the BVS Central Layout. I'm Tariq Sykes, and we are at the workbench right now. I'm going to do a walkthrough of the Bullfrog Manual Turnout Controls. I have to build a total of 6 turnout controls, but it's 2 sidewinder controls, which are the horizontal bullfrogs, and I have to build 4 bullfrog turnouts. So we're gonna do a quick walkthrough of that. Basically, a bullfrog turnout control is this assembly right here. You build either a left or a right, and you can see these both have the polarity switch connected. So basically, it goes like this. It will throw your polarity switch every time you do it. Alright, so here's our manual on building the assembly. So basically, your first thing that you have to do, you have to figure out which way you want to build it. Do you want to build a left? Do you want to build a right? And it's basically just go off of the arrows. So each kit, this is what you get in the kit. You get these laser cut wood pieces. You get your screws, your ball bearing, your spring, your polarity switch, wood washer, metal washer, and then here's your throw rod, which you have to bend slightly, and we'll get to that later. So things that I'll be using to build these is some Gorilla Glue, sanding, Phillips X-Acto knife just in case to clean up a little glue that's in those hard to reach spots, some tweezers if I need a little finagling. So next step is to basically pop these. Once you have all those, then you have to sand them. Get those sprues off. Like that, just get the smooth. Helps get a snug fit. Once you start gluing this up. Doesn't take much to take them off. Just a couple back and forth motion. And you have it. Alright, so our first step, we have to build the housing, the part of the turnout that holds your ball bearing and spring plus the 2 bolts. And basically those 2 pieces are this, Alright, so you throw everything else to the side. So basically we have to figure out which way we want to do. We want to build a left or build a right. So we're gonna build a left. So these arrows will have to go that way. Alright. So basically like that. So we have to glue it. Like that. Bam. Simple enough. And we gotta take this piece. We have to put the bolts in there. So open our little pack up right here. Dump them out. This is where the needle nose comes in. I like to use this just to squeeze that in there. And I dab some glue. Squeeze that down in there like that. So next we have to put this in the base in this plate, just like that. Alright, so next we have to put this in this plate. So let's add some glue. Don't forget to put some in here. And that's in there. Now we have to put these on top. So basically, be like that. Let's get this glue. In here, these little tight spots. Clean up some of this glue. Alright, so next, so put this plate on top of there. So I need glue in here. Alright, next I have to add these three into here. So I hit each piece, each notch. Each one of these. Alright, so the base is done. So we basically have that assembled. The next step we have to do, we have to put this here, put our spring in here and ball bearing. Spring. Ball bearing sits like that. We also have to bend our rod. When you bend the rod, you have to go off of the paper. Give it a slight bend there, and it matches that. Alright, so you have to stick the rod through here, the pinhole. Bam, like that. Stick that up through. And this goes on top of the ball bearing. Next step is to get a wood washer. Next step is to get a washer. Put that there. Get the shorter bolt. Get that in there. Screw that down. You don't want to go super tight because it has to still be able to move. Next, you want to get the wood washer. If you want to get a metal washer, stack them. And we'll get the longer screw. Get that in there. Basically, we're screwing into those bolts in the first step. Alright, so that's a little too tight. Let's back off a little bit, top and bottom. Alright, so now you should be able to pop it back and forth. Just clean up some of this glue. Alright, so the next step is to add the polarity switch and the piece that activates it every time you throw it. So let's put the switch on. Alright, so your bolts go in here, it's notched out for them. One of them actually is notched to move. So you can get the polarity switch, the button, closer to this. Alright, so now we want to bolt the switch to the polarity switch to the mechanism. Alright, so now we want to bolt the polarity switch to the turnout throw. First bolt, then the second bolt is notched out a little more so that we can go back and forth to get that switch button closer to this piece that goes on the back side. So now we're gonna put some glue in here, front and back. And I'm gonna stick that in there, get that in there nice and tight. You want to switch it, loosen the polarity, engage it, tighten it back up. Wipe some of this glue off. Alright, so there you have it. We have a throw. There you have it. We have a Bullfrog turnout switch built with polarity switch.